Good morning students. Welcome to your science class. I hope all of you are fit and fine. In today's session, we will study about chapter number 8, cell structure and functions. I hope all of you are watching all the videos and solving worksheets, supplementary question answers and textual question answers very properly. Students, now I am starting with the topics which we will cover in this session. We will study about basic information regarding chapter, discovery of cell, the cell, variety in number of cell, shape of cells, function of cells and size of cells. We all know that in the world of living organisms, there are large varieties of organisms around us. In spite of great variations in all living organisms have basic similarity among them. They are made up of tiny units called cells. In this chapter, you shall learn about this. Cell is the basic structural unit of an organ. Cells may be compared to bricks, as bricks are assembled to make a building. Cells are assembled to make the body of every organism. Cells make tissues, tissues make organs, organs make organ system, and organ system makes a living organisms. So cells are also known as the building blocks of life. Students, now we will study how cell was discovered. In 1665, Robert Hooke used a microscope to examine a thin slices of cork. He noticed small boxes or compartments in cork slice. These boxes appeared like honeycomb. He also noticed that one box was separated from other by a wall. Hooke coined the term cell for each box. Hooke observed as boxes or cells in the cork were actually dead cells. Students, cell is a Latin word which means small room. Students, now we will study what is cell. Cell is the smallest but fundamental structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Cells are microscopic, but some cells like an egg of a hen, an ostrich are single-celled yet big enough to be seen by naked eyes. Some organisms are made up of a single cell and some are made up of many cells. Most plants and animals are made up of several billion cells. Students, now we will study how cells are classified on the basis of number. According to number of cells, organisms are mainly classified into two groups, unicellular and multicellular. Organisms which have only one cell are called unicellular organism. Now, exact definition of unicellular is organisms made up of a single cell are called unicellular organism. Some examples of unicellular organisms are Amoeba, paramecium and bacteria. Same way, which have many cells are called multicellular organisms. Now, exact definition of multicellular is organisms made up of many cells are called multicellular organisms. Some examples of multicellular organisms are tree, elephant and human beings. All multicellular organisms, whether big or small, begin life as a single cell which is fertilized egg. A single cell performs all the necessary functions that multicellular organisms perform. Students, now we will study regarding shape of cell. The cells are enclosed in membrane. This membrane provides shape to the cells of plants and animals. Amoeba and white blood cell in humans can change their shapes. Some cells are spherical, round, spindle shaped or branched. Students, now we will study the function of the cell. Cells assume different shapes as per the function they perform. As amoeba changes its shape with the help of projections on its body known as pseudopodia. These pseudopodia help the amoeba to capture its food and move. White blood cells present in human blood can change their shape. These help them to destroy germs. The nerve cells are long and branched head, helping them in control and coordination by receiving and transmitting message between brain and other parts. The size of the cells has no relation with the size of the body. The size of the cell is related to its function. For example, nerve cells both in the elephant and rat are long and branched. Students, now we will study the size of the cell. As we have discussed earlier, the size of cell is related to its function and has nothing to do with the size of body of an organism. For example, nerve cells both in the elephant and rat are long and branched. Cells which are very tiny and cannot be seen by our naked eyes are called as microscopic cells. Cells which are visible and are comparatively bigger in size are called macroscopic cells. The smallest cell is the cell of bacteria and the largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. In a human body, the smallest cell is red blood cell and the largest cell is nerve cell. Students, I hope you enjoyed today's video. In the next session, we will study about parts of the cell. Till then, take care, goodbye.